Some people are really fucking stupid. Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day.
And like, of course, this is the weekly torture section where we're gonna talk about Coach Red Pill. And I know you guys saw it in the last story when I was kind of pulling it up, but we're gonna do a Coach Red Pill video. And well, let's see. So, one of the things that I always hate people that's when they do it, right? I hate when people take certain phrases and it's misremembered. It's fucking taken totally out of context. Like, you know the phrase, blood is thicker than water? That's the complete fucking opposite of what it actually means. The actual phrase is, the blood of the brotherhood is thicker than the waters of birth. Meaning that the group or association that you pledge to, the brotherhood, as you will, has deeper ties than people that you're just born with. And I find that generally true, even though we as a society try to enforce that, family is family and your family should always be there. And to an extent, that should be true. But that's only based off of having your actual choice. Not just sticking around because, we're family. No, you should actively choose to build a relationship with people. What's another one? Nice guys finish last. Another misquote, because it was a reporter talking to a runner, and he literally quoted, like, these are all nice guys, but they will finish last, because he was like the champion runner. And then we have this right here. This, when people confuse kindness with weakness. Now, let's go back to the original fucking Al Capone kindness. This is the original quote. And bear with me, guys. Now, if you know Al Capone, he was a wise guy, right? He was the guy that was just the motherfucker, right? And the quote actually is, "Hey, what's up, Ziggurat?" The quote is, "Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. I'm kind to everyone. But when someone is unkind to me, weakness is not what you're going to remember." It was a quote saying that, hey, I'm going to be kind to you. Be kind to me. But when you're unkind to me, you're going to remember me. And speaking of which, it is February, actually less than 2 weeks removed from the St. Valentine's Day massacre. And Al Capone did know how to send Valentine's Day notifications. But let's go on with this Coach Red Pill and see what he's fucking saying. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Okay. We're gonna breathe. We're gonna take this and we're gonna work with it. We gotta do 1.5. Okay. Let's go.
It's very common for people to confuse kindness with weakness, where you're trying to be a decent person, a nice guy, and they think that because of that, they can take advantage of you. This has certainly happened to me.
Oh, God. No. Fuck no. Let me guess the tone of this video. Okay, because it's Coach Red Pill, he's playing to these nice guy TM. And he's gonna say how, 1, you shouldn't be a nice guy. 2, women don't like nice guys. 3, you should be an asshole because that's how you get what you want. And he's gonna say that some asshole was being an asshole to him and he lost something, but now he knows not to be a nice guy, even though it may suck because he's really a nice guy. I haven't watched this video, but I think that's the suspicion that I'm getting from this video, just knowing Coach Red Pill and how fucking stupid and dishonest he is. Okay, let's go.
Me, and it's incredibly annoying, and it's incredibly disruptive when the hard side of me, the stronger side of me, comes out. You know, they've thought, oh, he's such a nice guy all the time. You know, CRP is so cool, and this and that, he's so nice, and then all of
Wait, nobody said CRP is so cool. Nobody has ever said that ever. Fuck. Nobody has ever said that ever. Let's go.
All of a sudden, you know, the claws come out because somebody is messing with something I don't want them to mess with, or they're not doing what I want them to do or whatnot. And then all of a sudden they think I'm an asshole, that I'm evil, and this and that, the other. And they're like, oh, he's totally not what I thought, right? It actually is a problem. Yeah, because what's going on is that people had a particular view of who you were. And then all of a sudden when the claws come out, they have a completely different view of you. And that disparity is cognitive dissonance. Yeah, to use highfalutin psychological phrases, cognitive dissonance. Yeah, they thought one thing about you.
Yeah, he's sped up. He's actually talking at a normal speed. I normally have him at a 1.25, but I'm gonna turn him back down to 1.25. But I want to actually pay attention to something that he just fucking said. So he actually says that, you know, sometimes you flip. Now, of course, this was more recent video. Where he complained about his father actually flipping the script and just being emotional raw to him and shit like that, right? It's been more of he complained that his father didn't have a line, and when he did have a line, it was so hard, it was so easy to cross, and you know, his father would just get upset at him for no fucking reason where he didn't really know the boundaries. But it sounds like he's saying this shit. Now, I know it's been about it actually was a year between the two videos, because this was done in 2019. And that last video we saw well, not the last video, but one of the last videos that we did with Coach Red Pill was December of last year, of 2020. It's almost as if he can't hold internal consistency into the shit that he says. I don't give a fuck that it doesn't make sense, but it's almost as if he can't have internal consistency. Like some type of hypocrisy. I know how to say hypocrite, but it's an inside joke that some people would get.
You, and it turns out something completely different. Okay, this happens more often than you would think, especially with people who have strong personalities, people who aren't willing to take shit. This happened to me a lot, whereby I would show like the nice guy side. And I tend to be very much of a people person, and I like it when other people like me. And so on social situations and inner exchanges, right, I tend to be not passive.
He's a sycophant! Oh my god! Coach Redfield is a sycophant. It all makes sense. So let's just talk about this. One of my phrasisms is every petty tyrant is a sycophant that actually got his turn. And what did it just say? I usually want people to like me, and I try to like people, but whenever it's turned against him, he becomes a petty tyrant. Well, petty tyrants and sycophants are the same thing. And he wants to be liked. And he's supremely stupid. He always thinks he's right even though he's fucking wrong. Oh my God. Did Coach Red Pill and Trump do a face-off? Oh. Okay, fuck the QAnon joke, but still. Like, no, this is sycophant behavior. Like, okay, guys, I want to say this. I want you guys to respect me. If you like me, you like me, cool. You know, you're watching the channel, thank you, but I want respect. Not even fear, I want respect. I don't give a care if you personally like me. Like, I really want to respect. But motherfuckers like this don't like me. Please like me. I'm a nice guy. Please like me. Please like me. Fuck out of here. But let's continue.
We're compliant, but I try to get people to like me. And I agree with them, whatever they're saying. But when you get to a point where...
Wait, did he just say that I try to get people to like me? And I agree with it? Like, yes, sycophant. This Coach Red Pill is a sycophant. Oh my God. Wow. Let's continue.
You know, you're messing with what I want or my things, I'm going to pull out the claws and I'm going to be a fucking asshole. And that's when they stop liking me. Oh yeah. So there are two approaches to the situation. Either you can be an asshole all the time, and so there's no cognitive dissonance and people know that you're an asshole and that's that, right? Or if your conscience or who you are, you just want to be kind to people, but at the same time, you don't want them to confuse that kindness with weakness, well, then you have to put a little bit of a display every once in a while, and you got to be smart about it. And let me explain. You see, it's all good and fine to be nice.
Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay, so, I have to use my words to complete sentences. It was some critique and criticism that I got before, so I'm trying to use more words. So let's actually rewind and actually see what he's actually talking about. So you have to do performative displays of how much of an asshole that you are in order to get people to fear you, not to fuck with your shit. Like, I don't fucking get that. Like, wait, I have no problems whatsoever of actually seeing someone as someone not to be fucked with. I don't. Like, and you don't even have to be an asshole. As a matter of fact, I think default is don't fuck with people and maybe you can respect them. But when you think that you can just automatically fuck with people or people can actually fuck with you, I think that's a problem. And I think this feeds, like, this whole idea of him feeding into, well, you have to be a nice guy until people fuck with you. And then you have to do performative displays of, like, no, you don't. Like, people know not to fuck with me. And yes, sometimes I do have to get out of pocket, but people know not to fuck with me. One of the reasons why I don't just agree to whatever somebody says because I want them to like me. No, I'm going to be myself. It is weird and as weeable as I am, I'm going to be myself. I think these people generally feel that kindness is weakness. You can be kind without showing weakness. As a matter of fact, that goes back to the quote. Yeah, that goes back to the quote where Al Capone actually was saying. Nobody thought Al Capone was weak. Nobody thought that. Nobody fucking thought that. But what they did recognize and what he was actually saying, don't push me and forget who the fuck I really am. But these motherfuckers literally think that kindness is weakness. Wow. Let's continue.
But you have to sort of like show to people in the environment that you're in that you're not going to be a pushover. And the way to do that is if something happens where you're going to stand up for yourself, for yourself very firmly and perhaps even aggressively. And in that situation, you have to make sure that the other people in your milieu, the other people in your environment, see you dealing with this situation, see you dealing with this challenge, see that you're a nice guy to them. But when shit gets heavy, when the chips are down, when the claws need to come out, they're going to come out and you're going to fucking be tough, hard. Yeah. And these other people, they got to see you do that. Yeah.
Okay. So this whole performative, like, it's almost building someone himself up to say like, oh yeah, I'm really a pushover, but I need to actually show that I can be like, no, fuck no. The fact is, when you actually see this shit, you know when somebody's a fucking paper tiger in the wind. The fact that you have to have a display of some sort of power in order to know people shouldn't fuck with you lets me know that you would bend over and show your asshole to be like, if you thought that will make it seem like people should like you. Oh, come on, just show your unexposed underbelly because it's fun. That's not how shit works, man. That's not how things work. You don't need to be an asshole. You don't need to be Mr. You don't need to be Mr. I'm going to fucking either flip a switch to show how fucking hard you are. That just shows your fucking weakness, dog. You have to be performatively you have to show this performative toxic masculinity to show that you're strong. No. Some of the strongest fucking characters I've seen in film, in television, in fucking video games are one that don't have to display their strength with this performative, over exuding sense of don't fuck with me. You ever seen those guys, like, you seen the movies and usually it's the big black guy, and sometimes that may play a part into systematic racism and systematic injustice, where it's just like, hey, I'm gonna, and then you look at them, you're like, oh shit, I'm not gonna fuck with you. They're not rah or yeah, I'm gonna beat your ass. They're like, don't fucking try it. And those words go unsaid. There are literally characters in film, in movies, where they may be the most demure, small, minute person. Sometimes women, sometimes men, sometimes children. That when you look at them and shit goes sideways, or people think to shit's gonna go sideways, they give a look with a smile. And you say, oh, that's the person that we don't want to fuck with. And it's never foaming at the mouth. Usually the motherfuckers that are foaming at the mouth, you pop them in at one good time and they're fucking laid out. But I'm getting off in the weeds. Let's go.
Beauty of this is that, of course, they see you being very hard on X. Not them, on X. And then all these other people realize, oh yeah, he's a nice guy, but when shit gets heavy, he's not going to have a problem being a son of a bitch. And they're going to respect you more. And point of fact, how can I put this? Niccolo Machiavelli in The Prince wondered aloud whether it was better to be loved or feared. And he said it was better to be feared because people would confuse somebody who is loved with somebody who is weak. And the fact of the matter is, old Niccolo was right. Machiavelli was completely right. Sometimes, just to save yourself headaches, it's better to be considered a son of a bitch than to be considered a nice guy. Yeah. Because you see a lot...
Again, like, wow. Like, do I even have to explain? Yes, Machiavelli did say that it is best that you better be feared than loved. And let's just be honest. Machiavelli, like, outside of the cool fucking depiction that he was in motherfucking Assassin's Creed 2 and the Ezio, the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, he wasn't exactly right. He was ran out of town a couple of times. Now, another thing about that is Machiavelli also did things to show not that the ruler was a nice guy, but he was a competent person, and he will take extreme measures when needed to. That wasn't performantly go and hang somebody or performantly go and execute somebody just for it. It was setting an example that don't fuck with me. And let's be honest, that's not... I don't know if he would have been an incel today, but he definitely would have been a Republican. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Okay, that was a low blow. But he definitely would have been one of these red pill gurus. Like, because Machiavelli did think that the exercise of power was in its own justification for doing just bullshit stuff. Like, he wrote about the Medici family. He wrote about a couple of things that were happening in the church. And, like, let's just be honest. 15th century politics were shit. And there's a totally different environment that we live in now. But let's continue.
At times when you try to be kind, when you try to be a nice guy not in the cucked out sense, but a nice guy of just being kind and helpful to people and whatnot. See, that very niceness, that very kindness sometimes invites challenges. People will challenge your position precisely because they confuse that kindness that you have with weakness. Sometimes, especially like, for instance, in business settings or company settings or your occupation, your job, whatnot, it's better to be thought of initially as a son of a bitch, as a mean bastard, and only then, little by little, show that you're a kinder person. To tell you the truth, now that I think about it, that's really been my approach as of late over the last couple of decades. Sometimes I come across too hard initially so that people will know that they can't fuck with me. And only then I start showing myself kinder.
You don't come off as an asshole or... Yes, okay, I'm amend that statement. You do come off as an asshole, but you come off as a weak asshole. Like, for real, Coach, you're not somebody who I think exudes strength. You're not somebody who I think that actually exudes confidence. You're not somebody who I think that I can't fuck with, see all of the videos that I do about you, and what are you gonna do? What the fuck are you gonna do? Good night, Rachel. What the fuck are you gonna do, Coach Redfield? I'm sorry, like, I don't get it. What are you gonna do? Goddamn, like, yeah, no, like, no, fuck no. You are not. Oh God. Okay, let's go.
Kinder, rather, excuse me. Only then I start showing that I'm not a total asshole, that I can be kind and I can be helpful and thoughtful, but only after establishing my bona fides of being a son of a bitch. Because people confuse kindness with weakness, and when that happens, yeah. Actually, you know, it's really weird because I had notes on this particular video and I was going to go in a completely different direction, but as I'm talking out my notes and my thoughts on this particular issue, I realized that, yeah, you know, Machiavelli was right. You gotta show toughness. You have to inspire fear in people, especially the people who work for you.
You ever think, and this is one of those things where it's just like, you ever think that the people that use fear as a tool maybe weak little bitches? Like, anybody that use the threat or the fear or threat or fear to actually get people to do what they want may not have a good plan. They may not be the best at executing what they need to do. They may come up with stupid reasons or stupid plans to do things just because they feel that I should go to unquestioned. I'm talking about religions. Yes. The actual use of fear in a lot of shit business, religions, or otherwise, if you are somebody who is in charge and need to use fear to get people to follow you or do what you want, you're weak. You're either weak or you're stupid, or a combination of both. When you can't logically give a person to do a reason to do what you want without browbeating them, without forcing them, without threatening with things, how fucking weak is that? How much of a lack of imaginations do you not have? I've said it before. I've said it multiple times. What he's doing, what I'm doing, with everybody who has not even just a YouTube channel that makes commentary, when everybody has a implied a platform where they're trying to convince you of something, it is propaganda or public relations. When you're using fear to override that parts of people's brain to listen to you, when you're using shame, it shows weakness. I don't fucking get it. Why can't these people see this shit? And you know what? Like, at this point, I don't know. Like, in it's just like, when you see this shit, like, do you really need to actually? And I'm not. I know I gave him like 5 minutes. I've reached my Coach Red Pill limit for the day. But do you actually see that if you need fear to control people, if you need the threat or the implied or otherwise that it is going to be, you have to do it to me because either I'm going to be mad or you're going to be hurt or you're going to miss out on something that is going to be, or you're going to get something that's going to be harmful to you. Yeah, that just shows a weakness, kind or otherwise, that you don't know how to explain your position. But anyway, guys, if I've used my platform and my kindness to actually have you guys like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Oh shit, I hate doing this at the end of my video. Also, if you look down at the bottom, there is a link to my Patreon or my other social media if you want to actually help support the channel. Whew. God damn.